It used to take a lot of time, so I decided basically something needs to be changed, and you guys came up and that was game changer for me. It's so satisfying looking at this small thing, just measuring something, and you can chat to the client stress-free, absolutely. So whoever invented this must be a genius. I run a bespoke joinery and a bespoke kitchen company. We have like 4 employees, workshop based in Wimbledon, and we require lots of site surveys during our manufacturing projects. And yeah, we just every time when it comes to the site survey, it was a nightmare, because I had tape measure in one hand, laser in another hand, and it's actually all falling apart, and like I need to balance between these two, and then I need to transfer everything to the laptop. It takes numerous amount of hours, and it's actually when something went wrong, I just need to come back to site, which is another day just lost in somewhere. So so basically, before the iMapper, I came to site, I spoke to the client, their all requirements. I manually measuring up the space, I put it on the piece of paper on site. Then actually I was trying on site, try to transfer all of these measurements to the SketchUp, and then come back home. Basically before that I was taking lots of pictures with tape measure in one hand and my phone in another one, and just like numerous pictures. And whenever I came back home or in an office, and I just tried to work out the actual 3D projects, and it used to take a lot of time. So I decided basically something needs to be changed, and you guys came up and that was game changer for me, absolutely. You came up in Instagram feed a few times, and then I decided, like, actually this is probably universe sending me a signal, so I need to change it. So my main doubt was basically how the iMapper would work with the SketchUp, because the main platform I'm using for the CAD drawings is a SketchUp. So I tried it, how actually this platform will be transferring all the data to the SketchUp. After the first time, it was really smooth, very straightforward. I was under pressure, like, oh, it's gonna take me ages, but it's actually literally a few clicks and you're done. You just, like, it's all automatic, so you can enjoy time spending with the client on site rather than physically do all this work, which is great. On-site clients' time are also limited. They're not gonna wait until you actually go all the measurements in, and then you actually need to walk every single room with them and just to understand their needs. Now you can just press the button and walk with the clients on any other room and just discuss everything they want. And the another thing, you look so professional for the client. They understand, oh, this guy probably take it seriously, you know. And yeah, that's so many benefits, seriously. Of course, yeah, I was like, they were asking, oh, like, what's that thing? Is this like, it's a robot or something? Like, we live in the 21st century. And I said, yeah, we live in the 21st century now. I can feel this. For example, I had a site survey today. It was few different rooms. The first one was the loft room with the slope ceiling. So I measure the horizontal part and the vertical part of it. Basically, that's so precise. When you measure in the horizontal part, it's basically straightforward. But when it's vertical part, you don't need to measure angled anymore, because this is so precise. You just transfer it. You transfer it to your laptop with the one click button. Basically, it's all in the cloud now. Then you just press another button, all your measurements with the lines, with the dot between lines, already in the SketchUp, basically with one click. And then you just work out your space based on the vertical and the horizontal 2D measurements. Like, and it's so precise, because when it comes to the slope ceiling, you it's very difficult to on site, especially when the lots of stuff is going on around you, to basically make precise measurements with the angle, with everything. With this thing you can't go wrong, and you don't need to come back because it takes lots of panoramic pictures. If you, in case you forgot something, you just basically open the panoramic picture and you can manually on a picture measure it, which is basically bulletproof in terms of measurement site surveys. Yeah, that's like my background image, and based on that I just manually build it based on this background. Yeah, absolutely, because it affects you when you have it on a piece of paper. You never know, like, oh, probably I made it wrong. You can actually mistype something and it's gonna affect the entire project. You always unsure with this thing. You 100% know this is the inaccurate measurements, and if something went wrong, it just cannot, because its relation between all the points is like it can't go wrong. Absolutely. For example, one of the room, this device is so smart because in one of the room was lots of stuff around, because this is a still ongoing site, building site. So the system understands where actually is obstruction on the wall, where is something it doesn't need to take into calculation, and it gives me so much complete peace of mind, seriously, because you don't need to you dressed well and you just need to move some of the stuff. For example, if no one on site, it's a nightmare, but this thing is understand. You just set up the appropriate height you need to avoid all of this obstruction, as many as you can do, and if something actually obstructing it, system understands this is the obstruction. And I also admire floor plan, especially version 2. It's so smart, and it takes into account all of this obstruction and just automatically build your floor plans. Yeah, you just it's very like game changer, seriously. Floor plan v2 for me is more like, yeah, I like it more. Yeah, I prefer it. Yeah, it's also one button. You just press one button and system recognize all the angles, all the walls, and it's even building the walls, the thickness of the wall. Basically, what you can do, you can take 3-4 same measurements of the room from a different position of the room, and system will understand. You align these 4 drawings, probably from the another angle you can access this part of the room, from another angle you can access different one, and once you combine 4 drawings together, 5, 6, 2 even, doesn't matter, you can pretty accurately draw the actual layout. It's easy, it's very easy. When it comes to the vertical, you can also measure from the 3 different position of the room, and it's gonna give you the accurate one. You just combine these 3 together and meet somewhere in the middle. When a room is pretty filled with other stuff, yeah, that's what I do. For example, if you measure in the alcove units, like if you're setting up in the middle, it doesn't have an access through the corner, so you set up another measurements from the right side, another one from the left side of the room, and you just combine these 3 together. You have absolutely accurate measurements. Yeah, actually, from the very first, once I actually set up a plan, your team sent me the tutorial, and I was actually training on my own house just before I stepped to site, but it took me like 1 hour. I figured out everything from the moment of measuring the space to the transfer into the SketchUp. It's like really straightforward, very automatic. You just and it's, if you want to do it manually, they can give you the option like this. That's not a problem. You can just take points and draw the lines between the points by yourself, so it's up to you. So it's automatic and manual, so whatever way you prefer, up to you. I think the main benefit is just your peace of mind, because seriously, is nothing worse than coming back to site, and sometimes to visit to site you need to arrange with the contractor or with the client. Imagine how client will think about you if you've done your site survey and you need to come back to remeasure something. They think about you are not professional and you need to use some tools to achieve this in one time. So basically I never came back on site because like I said, even I forgot something, I have panoramic photos and I can manually measure anything I want. So this is the main thing, and I can focus of developing my business instead of measuring some rooms and etc. Yeah. Yes, so that's another thing. So I actually decided, so I'm gonna spend 1 year doing this, figuring out how I can do this, how I can improve it, how I can imply the process, etc. And then my second year plan was to delegate this process to one of my team leaders, so I don't even need to travel to site anymore. So that's, I can 100% focusing on developing my business. And because, like I said, the system is pretty much automatic, it's gonna take me like a few hours to make a training for one of my team leaders how to actually use it. That's the main benefit of it. No, never went second time. Not every time, but sometimes it used to be like that, because basically you are the human being. You can literally either mistype something, or you just forgot something in the room. Is this thing, once you set up, it's 360 degree, it cannot miss anything. It's so satisfying looking at this small thing, just measuring something, and you can chat to the client stress-free, absolutely. So whoever invented this must be a genius. I feel like it must have, because I'm pretty sure you guys, like for example, when I started, I think we already had the floor plan V2, but I was like developing. Now just, it's my investment to the company, because I understand this thing is constantly developing, constantly improving. So this is my part of the process. So I'm feeling like I don't know, I'm investing something of like not only my time, anything to make the product better. So I'm completely happy with that, and yeah, it's part of the process, and I feel like it has to be like that. Yeah. Another thing I liked, everything is in cloud. So I had a situation, one of my projects, like I started 3 months ago, and one of the clients, the very first site survey, they decided, Alex, we need to build something else in this room. So even though I said them, guys, I don't need to come back measure anything, from very first site survey I still got measurements, I still got this in the cloud. So whenever I want, I just come back to these measurements, and I can save myself a travel time, especially in London, and time is everything. Yeah, so one time it's actually happened, I sent one of my contractors DXF file, and as far as I know, they using AutoCAD system, and I think they told me that it works well, so they actually save themselves a visit as well. So because they needed to measure something, I gave them a favor, and like next time they can actually sort me out in something. So building relationship because of this platform. Yes. First of all, I was guaranteed, like, Alex, you don't need to spend anything, you can just 30 days try this product, and we can like return you all the money. But since I actually received the product on a package, I open it, I realized this is a quality, even though before starting using it, everything, the bag, the actual software, the actual device is so solid, the tripod I had provided by you guys, so basically the full kit actually convinced me before I even start using this, that's gonna be a good product. And after the 2 hours of using it, I decided, okay, I need to give it a try on the actual site. I went to site, and after the first day I realized this is so easy to understand, this is so easy to navigate, so easy to use, so easy to transfer to the SketchUp. So I'm actually staying, it took me 1 day, and I never actually regret this decision. This really convinced me, like I had 30 days trial without no obligation at all. I would say if you wouldn't be confident in your product, you're not offering this, because you understand like this is a quality, so people actually will be using this once they start using it. Yeah.